do you use to order your food?
I don't have takeaways. I'm on a strict diet, so I don't do takeaways. I've started the carnivore diet start of January. So main meals I have now are just meat and just non-processed foods. I don't believe in having processed food anymore.
Oh, okay. Are you like open to like exploring new flavors and textures or cultures? Are you open to that sort of thing?
100%. So I was actually in the British Army for 4 years, and I spent a lot of time with the African lads, and they were always taking the piss out of me for the spicy food that they were giving to me. So I do have that. I had a bit of Jamaican food as well.
Have you tried Nigerian or Ghanaian food?
I have tried the Ghanaian, I've tried Malawi, I've tried all the foods from Africa as well.
Yeah, I use Uber Eats.
I used to use Deliveroo when I was in uni. But right now, I think Uber Eats.
That's what we've been using so far.
So what sort of food do you order?
I order, because I'm a Nigerian, so I order dishes that are kind of like similar to Nigerian dishes. So I could order rice, different types of rice and chicken,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay, so Ghanaian jollof rice or Nigerian jollof rice?
We're not doing that. I don't want them to come after me. We're not doing that.
I will come after you. What do you think?
I've had both, and I think I prefer Nigerian. No, not just because I'm Nigerian, anyways. But I think there's our own the spice in it sound like it tastes better.
Okay.
I think so. But I know anybody seeing this now may come for me. But anyways, but I just prefer Nigerian jollof.
I think jollof rice.
Yeah, I've had that before.
So which one would you prefer?
Nigerian.
Why?
It was just nicer. It's just nicer food, isn't it? It's just nicer. Yeah, but I do enjoy it. To be honest with you, my favourite cuisine would have to be Jamaican. It would have the jerk, the plantain. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Have you heard of the battle between Nigerian jollof rice and Ghanaian jollof rice before?
Nope. Never.
You've never heard of it? Have you ever tried Nigerian or Ghanaian jollof rice before?
Jollof rice?
Yeah.
Oh, I have. Yes.
Where did you try it?
It was made by a homemade person. Homemade back somebody with somebody I used to live with a couple of months ago. Pretty often she would make it for us.
Did you like it?
I did really a lot.
Okay. Nigerian jollof rice or Ghanaian jollof rice?
Nigerian. You played.
Why?
Why? What do you mean?
Why now? Explain.
Well,
Have you tried Ghanaian food before?
there was a woman at my school that used to make Ghanaian jollof rice, and there was a Nigerian one. So yes, I believe I have tried it. The difference between both of them is that I heard, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
that Nigerians we fry our pepper sauce,
Okay.
and Ghanaians like boil theirs or just mix it with the rice, something like that. So the preparation is different, but Nigerian tastes better.
It's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think a lot of people in the UK don't order African food?
I think that question can boil down to the majority. We can say, obviously, we know that Indians, Pakistan, I know they are much compared to Africans. So I think there hasn't been African foods are not so popular, maybe based on the population that we are here.
Yeah.
So I can narrow it down to that.
Okay. So what do you think we can do to change that narrative to make African food more popular to the British people as well?
Number one, I think if we can embrace our culture, because I've got friends that some of them that are here, they've been here for a while, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Some of them they don't like eating African foods anymore. They like ordering, other type of delicacies, because some of them they will always say that variety is the spice of life. So they will always want to try other food, and then over time they see themselves deviating from African food. So
Right. Okay.
But it's not as distributed in terms of you can't just walk down the road and see like an African shop. Like here in Manchester, you have to go to like Moston or something. But if you walk up there's a kebab shop. There are different kebab shops around.
Yeah.
And you can just try biryani. If you go on like Google and you say, oh, you want to try Indian food, they'll show you somewhere that's like 10 minutes away, like walking. So there are not so many Nigerian restaurants, or sorry, African restaurants. And the ones that are here are not open during the day most times, I think. Because there's one Buka on Chinam Hill,
Okay.
around that side.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it open before. I'm not even sure if it's open.
Right.
And I heard that there's African food in Moston.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
There's a
don't-
lot of African shops, like restaurants in Moston.
Yeah, but there is one jollof and Jamaican
Oh, you
fusion
meant
here.
the food markets.
Yeah, the
Oh,
food
yeah,
market
yeah,
here, and it always has a line.
yeah.
So it's not as if it's not popular. It's just that a lot of people, because that's the only one like in this whole place, and they are not here
Right.
most of the time.
So you think the way we
They're
can
not here on
change
Sundays, at
on
least.
Sunday? So you think the way we can change it is to have more African stores
Yeah,
open?
if there are more African stores open,
Yeah.
and their food is up to standard,
Mhm.
people will buy.
Thank you.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not too sure why. Maybe the other ones are just a little more popular. Perhaps that could be why. Maybe they're just more well known. People are more drawn towards that instead. What's more popular?
Do you think there's something we can do to change that?
Um, I'm not too sure. Maybe more promotion of it, or maybe trying to make new, unique dishes around centered around African food.
Yeah.
Maybe try that. That could probably work.
Okay. We've created an app called Afrilish,
Okay.
and it's really focuses on African food.
Okay.
So you can order Ghanaian food, you can order Nigerian food from it. So we're just getting more people to be like aware of it. Another question: why do you think African food is not as mainstream as Indian food or Chinese food in the UK?
That's a very good question. I don't know. It's not as the way African food is. What I know is it's made with love, and like the Chinese food and the Indian food. Don't get me wrong, it's made with love, but it's not like your mum's food, is it? That's that's what I've noticed with it. So you can get a Chinese takeaway and we turn it into a British culture. I don't think you want to ruin that culture, ruin the food almost. So yeah.
And do you think there's a way we can change that perception to get more African food out there?
Definitely, I think everyone should be more open to the cultures of trying each other's food. That's the beauty of it. Like you should try British. You should have a Sunday roast with
Of
me.
course, I do
Yeah,
love British food.
You have a Sunday roast, have a fish and chips, and
Yeah.
then say, as long as you share each other's culture. I do that at church. I share cultures.
Oh, you're Christian.
I'm a Christian. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
okay.
I say Jamal knows Richard. Richard's from Uganda,
Okay.
and his mum cooks unbelievable food.
Wow, that's so cool. That I want to bring into it. Come here,
Yeah, come on, John. Come on.
come here. Your mom cooks a lot of food, and how is it like?
Amazing. I mean, in terms of the kind of food that we are having, it's like you've got a lot of like lentils, you've got a lot of like chicken, beef. There's a really nice beef dish where it's like minced beef with like peas, and you've also got like a lot of vegetables in the mix. So you've got like cauliflower, different like pickles involved and stuff like that. So it's a very diverse sort of ingredient list, but that's the way we love it.
Okay, same question to you. How do you think we can promote more African food in the UK?
I think in terms of food like that, it's so exotic and it's so different that just making it accessible and like showing people that this is like a meal that can be had on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, like incorporating it into like your plan and then just taking it from there really, just as like Chinese and Pakistani food and things like that have taken off where it's like the main meal.
Yeah.
The same thing can be said. Like I like stuff like plantain and stuff like that
Oh,
I've tried
plantain,
before.
yeah,
So
yeah.
absolutely on point. So it's definitely got to be done. It's just getting the word out there.
We've developed an app called Afrilish. It's similar to Uber Eats, but we specialize in African food. Having conversations about food, and we just want to make like African food more mainstream. And I think that's why we're doing this. And the app is called Afrilish. Let me show you, just in case